morning, good afternoon, good evening, basketball fans. We're live here at the Okinawa Arena for Game 2 of this weekend's doubleheader between our hosts, the RYUKYU Golden Kings, and the visitors, UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, these two teams did meet each other yesterday, in which it was a three-point masterclass from UTSUNOMIYA BREX. The BREX hit 18 three-pointers and indeed left with a very emphatic victory. Well, you have to remember these two teams, they did meet 2 years ago, I should say 3 seasons ago actually, in the B.LEAGUE finals. And it was the BREX who won the championship that year at the Yokohama Arena. The Golden Kings did end up winning the championship the following season, but yesterday we could have very well have seen a future matchup in the B.LEAGUE finals. There are your standings right now. UTSUNOMIYA BREX sitting #1 in the East, right ahead of the Guma Crane Thunders. Well, indeed, RYUKYU Golden Kings, after a tough start to the season, now a record of 23-8. As mentioned, this could very well be the finals matchup of the 2025 B.LEAGUE finals in the Yokohama Arena. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from yesterday's game. But of course, where to begin? Great performances from the likes of Grant Jarrett, who did have 20 points in the first half for the BREX. Also, Makoto Hiyajima, and not to mention DJ Newell, really led the way for the away team. Grant Jarrett was simply unstoppable yesterday. Everything going in his favor. I mean, he was just a little bit too hungry. Overall, of course, one of the top scorers for the RYUKYU Golden Kings, but didn't have enough production. Now, interestingly, both Kishimoto and Jack Tooley came off the bench. That was some three-point shooting from the B.LEAGUE All-Star three-point champion, Makoto Hiyajima. Masahiro that time getting it in transition. Kishimoto running circles around the defense like supersonic. Well, here again, three-point shooting by former Chiba Jets superstar Gavin Edwards. Gavin Edwards played against the RYUKYU Golden Kings that summer. That season they did win the B.LEAGUE championship. Former Almar Tokyo player, and the B.LEAGUE champion Alex Kirk. Going inside the paint. But there was DJ Newell. At that point, making it a 17-point ball game with the three in transition. And that is how the game went. The BREX came here. Not only did they win, but they sent a big message to everybody else in the B-League. Well, now, indeed, we're going to introduce some of the key players for these two teams before we introduce the starting lineups. Well, there you have 39 years young Kosuke Takuchi, number 10. And also, the first ever NBA player born in Japan is on the roster tonight. I don't know if we'll see him tonight. That's Yuta Tabuse.
Okinawa Cellular Game.
Well, our thoughts go to head coach Kevin Braswell. Of course, right now, not with the team at the moment and is recovering, and our thoughts go with him to hope that he does recover smoothly. Coach Darnell, his assistant, will take over for the time being. But now we'll have a look at the starting five. Makoto Hiyajima, no doubt, will be in the lineup here for the BREX.
Number 25, DJ Newell.
Looks like they're going to go with the same starting five as yesterday. Yusuke Endo, Kosuke Takuchi, DJ Newell, and Grant Jarrett, which does mean a lot of superstars coming off the bench. Isaac Fotu, New Zealand international. Well, now, indeed, we'll enjoy the local entertainment as we introduce your RYUKYU Golden Kings.
6, the UTSUNOMIYA Golden Kings. Number 3, Tatsuya Ito. Number 8, Yoshida Uematsu. Number 10, Hayate Hanakawa. Number 12, Kevin Oluma. Number 34, Shota Oda. Number 47, Shogo Taro. Number 53, Alex Hearn. Number 77, Yunosuke Satori.
You see the players that will be coming off the bench tonight for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. Alex Kirk, Shogo Taira didn't actually play too much yesterday, but now we'll take a look at the starting lineups for the 2023 B.LEAGUE champions, RYUKYU Golden Kings.
Number 4,
Well, Big Law will be in the lineup. So now they will introduce Kishimoto this time. Matsuwaki, Hitowaki. So now 22 years of age. Final player that will come out. The big man Jack Cooley, arguably the best rebounder in the B.LEAGUE. As I said earlier, Jack Cooley and Kishimoto came off the bench yesterday, and I think that was down to the fact that, remember, the RYUKYU Golden Kings haven't made the finals last season, had to play midweek in the East Asia Super League, which unfortunately does put a lot more games on them. There you have it, the starting lineup: Big Law, Masahiro Waki, Richie Kishimoto, along with the likes of Matsuwaki and Jack Cooley. Well, again, we'd like to welcome all of our live viewers on B.LEAGUE International. If you're watching this game live, let us know where in the world you're watching, which team you're supporting, so we can give you a shout out. There's head coach Daya Vitani, the man who led this team to a championship in 2023 against the Chiba Jets. And already we have some fans on the live YouTube chat. So Stammen says, I'm the biggest DJ Newbull fan. DJ Newbull from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, went to Penn State. One hell of a player, probably right now a shoe for the MVP this season. Double Dribble Diaries, is this the playoffs? No, this is mid-season. Just a reminder though that these two teams met in the B.LEAGUE finals back in 2022. Well, they're the starting five matchups. DJ Newbull will have the defensive duties against Richie Kishimoto. Big Law is going to match up. That's interesting. Going to match up with Kosuke Takeuchi. Well, Jack Cooley, defensive duties against that man. Brian Jarrett had 20 points in the first half yesterday. Now, if you are new to B.LEAGUE basketball, remember, teams meet each other midweek for one game on Wednesday, and then when they meet another team on the weekend, it's a doubleheader, so they'll play each other on a Saturday and then a Sunday. It's the second time these two teams have met in 24 hours. Stammer watching from New York, USA. The Zeal 23 watching from Indiana, the home of the Hoosiers. But right now, we're here on the island of Okinawa off the south coast of Japan. Sao Shanghai Wo de Pengyo, Morzao Ni Hao Ma. Morris Ho is a big fan of the RYUKYU Golden Kings and the Taipei City New Kings as well in the Plus League. Check out that league whenever you can. It's going to be the BREX with the first possession. Nice throwdown. The man who had 20 points in the first half already. Huge time dunk. So you're walking now. For penetration, nowhere to go. Now here's one of the quickest point guards in the B.LEAGUE. Richie Kishimoto. He's going with a hook shot. Get it. That's what we talk about. Former Notre Dame Fighting Irish player Jack Cooley, also featured in the NBA. Now remember, before he came to the B.LEAGUE, he was a champion of the FIBA Europe Cup with Italian team Dino Sassari. He picks up a foul. DJ Newbill will go to the free throw line. Well, Morris Ho watching from Taipei. And again, if you ever get a chance to travel to the east of Asia, go to Taipei. It is a basketball city. If you like playing 3-on-3 basketball or 3x3, as they say, go to NTU University at Dongliang. It's on the metro line. You can pretty much play 3x3 all day long. wide Taipei. Successful on the second free throw for DJ Newbill. This game was very close in the first half between these two teams. It wasn't until the second quarter, Matsuwaki left wide open. Buries a three-pointer. Well, he's a 3-and-D player. RYUKYU Matsuwaki was a part of this team that won the championship in 2023. Now Hiyajima finds Grant Jarrett. Balance, but 39-year young player. Sakuchi getting the offensive rebound. Now UTSUNOMIYA offensively. Well, if you were with us last weekend, it was the B.LEAGUE All-Star game. UTSUNOMIYA played in that game. Some inconsistencies from the perimeter. It didn't matter yesterday. Kishimoto. Guarded by the veteran, Sakuchi. Now goes in with a teardrop. Beautiful execution. The 1-2 punch between Kumi and Kishimoto coming into play. Newbill again attacks, and again is there any man in the B-League that's able to stop DJ Newbill? He had one good season playing for Ostend in Europe. He was in Belgium. That was in the FIBA Basketball Champions League. Remember, the team that Kishimoto from no man's land. This is a little way off the mark, but going back to what I said, the team who becomes B.LEAGUE champions will play this summer in the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia is now the three-point champion. Hijima gets one to go. Penetrates out of control, but he's able to get that one to go. The Nintendo Lego NBA fan, Go Kings, still here by. Now a home team. He's not going to take many three-pointers. Kishimoto back to Kumi, little teardrop. Now you can see a much different RYUKYU Golden Kings as the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. They're going to call a timeout, but doesn't look like it. Finds DJ Newbill. Endo again in the corner. Well, that's going to do his confidence a lot of good. He is definitely a player that when he makes his first couple of three-pointers, gets into a better rhythm. Well, the question I have for everybody watching live on YouTube, remember, it was a 20-plus point blowout yesterday for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. These two teams were top of the East and Western Conference. That's a lot that goes for a three-pointer. But who do you think will win this game? And could we see these teams again in the postseason for the 2025 B.LEAGUE Finals, which will be hosted at the Yokohama Arena? Newbill, simply a certified walking bucket. 6 points already for DJ Newbill. That's his first three-pointer of the game. Pick and pop in mid-range. Again, good pose, puts that one away. Well, more so, I got to agree with you. Now having both Jack Cooley and Kishimoto in the starting lineup, not trying to rest them, giving them a better stop, but a foul is going to be called. Stamina from New York says BREX all the way. In the ZIL 23. The Kings will have a bounce-back game today. Well, I've been commentating the B-League since 2021. I got to tell you, these two teams have always been powerhouses here in the B-League. Nice backdoor play to defense, falling asleep at the moment. The BREX actually are ranked number 2, the number 1 team currently in the B-League on the San Antonio Phoenix. They have the best record. BREX have 5 defeats. San Antonio Phoenix, 4. So between these two teams, yeah, the record's slightly better. Remember, Golden Kings, yesterday picking up the 8th defeat of the season. Newbill just lost control. Now, unsportsmanlike foul. So Tailpix has just asked which color are the Golden Kings. Well, golden? Golden, my man. Welcome. Well, Golden Kings, they sometimes play in white. They play in white, navy blue, and gold. BREX right now, they're in white. They play in navy blue and yellow sometimes. Now, if you are new to international basketball, the referees are going to review this to see if it's going to stay as an unsportsmanlike foul. This would be very similar in the NBA to a flagrant one. So he loses it. And that should stay as an unsportsmanlike foul because there's no attempt to play the ball. It's in the open floor. The only way they would downgrade that is if, you know, it was a genuine attempt to try and play the ball. So yeah, no downgrade. So now they're going to get 2 free throws and they'll give the ball back. Well, Ryuchi Kishimoto, a local here in Okinawa, grew up his whole life here. Thank you very much, Zeal23. Much appreciated. Yes, if you can, like this live stream and subscribe as well. And welcome to our friend Mark and Justin Aldave watching from Gilas, Pilipinas. Thank you very much, Stammen. Thank you, Tailpix. I'll tell you what, I've been watching the Korean Basketball League too. It's a great league. Vic Law, the former Orlando Magic player, goes in, buries a three-pointer, giving the Golden Kings a 2-point lead. Now you have to remember, the year that the Ryukyu Golden Kings won the championship, Vic Law was playing for the other team, the Chiba Jets. And number 33 for BREX, Gavin Edwards, was his teammate at that time. And another three-pointer goes flying. Second one from Makoto Hiyajima. This past summer did play at the Paris Olympics. Inside the paint, the 6'7" long reach goes over. He's got to have 20+ points tonight if they're going to win this game. Well, we got to welcome a legend into the live YouTube chat, Manu Fotu. Manu Fotu, a former professional rugby player who played in the United Kingdom. And if the name doesn't give you away, well, he is a legend, and his son is also a legend. New Zealand international, who currently plays for UTSUNOMIYA BREX, Isaac Fotu, won the B.LEAGUE championship in 2022. And another thing, if you go on YouTube and you type in basketball haka, haka is a traditional sports dance that comes from the Maori tradition. If you type in basketball haka on YouTube, you'll find a video 10 million views in which the New Zealand national team performed the haka. And his son Isaac is a part of that haka right in front of players like Stephen Curry, James Harden. Have a look at that on YouTube if you can. Well, Stammer's just asked, am I related to Isaac Fotu? Or are you asking that to Manu? Yes, Manu is the legendary dad, one of the greatest rugby players to play in this country. As Shota Onodera checking into the game for the first time tonight. Onodera, a very good three-point shooter for this Golden Kings team. He watched the playoffs last season. In Game 2 against the Chiba Jets after losing Game 1 by plus 30 points. It was Shota Onodera's three-point shooting that more or less sealed the win for the Golden Kings. Foul is going to be called against Makoto Hiyajima. That's his first personal foul. One lead to the Golden Kings. Kishimoto back to Vic Law. Down low, that's Cooley. Beautiful basketball. Started with the high pick and roll of Vic Law and the dump down. Good facilitation by Vic Law, giving them a 3-point lead. Now Seiji Ikaruga has only just something to the game for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Ikaruga fires a 3. Ties the game up. And that's one thing about the BREX. Yesterday they had 18 3-pointers. He is number 18. Record for most threes in the game in the B.LEAGUE was in 2022 by the Akita Milton Happiness. There's Onodera. set. He battles for offensive rebounds, and that's what he'll do best. Now he'll go to the free throw line for the Kings. Well, Kiva Luma coming into the lineup here for the Golden Kings. I don't know if he's coming for Vic Law, but and Isaac Fotu, you can see there, the legend checking into the game. Manu, I hope we're going to see Isaac play this summer for New Zealand at the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. We've got a very good chance of winning if Isaac plays. That's all I'm saying. Not trying to put any pressure on Isaac. Until we missed the first free throw, chance to give them a 1-point lead with 3:04 to go here in the first quarter. Well, two letters TC, yes, it did start very close. It was towards the second quarter in which the BREX just lit it up by halftime. Both Grant Jarrett and Coach Eugene had 4 3-pointers each. That was a fire. Doesn't get it. The rebound secured by Kiva Luma. So Rick Moore has gone to the bench indeed. Dara to Luma, goes in, finish. Well, Nintendo, Lego NBA fan, I agree with you. As mentioned, this could be the B.LEAGUE Finals this season. Foul's going to be called against Masahiro Waki, the young 22-year-old switched on defense, defending 37 years young, Gavin Edwards. Because you got to remember, Edwards, a naturalized Japanese player. He was the one naturalized player that played for Japan at the Tokyo Olympics. Trish Cardinal, yep. I used to be a former PE teacher. I used to have to teach the haka, and I used to take the New Zealand national basketball teams to kaha. Because Piro Cameron used to play in the professional league here in the United Kingdom against my father. So I just loved everything about New Zealand culture. Nice finish by Kiva Luma. Luma, former Niigata Albirex player. Another former great team that struggles in Japan now in B3 is Alex Cook getting the rebound. Pretty good potential for a foul there. Now we've got to play on. He's heavily defended by Takashima. Hugo comes up with it, and a foul is going to be called against Onodera. It's good hands by Gavin Edwards. A bit of an unnecessary foul picked up by Shota Onodera. The problem is, Kings have already put the BREX into the penalty, so right now, BREX have just got to keep getting to the free throw line with 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. What an outstanding player he's been. He joined the B.LEAGUE in 2020 when he played for Osaka Avesa. Of course, the last time he played for, the first season he played for them was the last time Osaka made the playoffs. Joined the BREX last season. And although the BREX had one of the best records in the B.LEAGUE last year, they lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Chiba Jets. He's played for some outstanding teams. DJ Newbill started his pro career with Asvel Villabon before they were in the EuroLeague, then went to play in Turkey. It's the first time I had the honor of commentating this man live is when he played for Ostend in 2016 when he played in the FIBA Basketball Champions League. Had a great year with the New Zealand Breakers, then again in Poland. Just an excellent basketball player, DJ Newbill. Looks like he's going to go to the bench, a provisional substitution. DJ Newbill's an American. He went to Penn State. He's been an import in some great leagues. So, Park on the baseline, the former Alvac Tokyo player, burying it in the corner. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. defending Ryukyu. Trying to pass to Gavin Edwards. A bit more time. Puts it. Oh my goodness! Gavin Edwards from downtown. That was Dirk Nowitzki-esque. About to criticize him for the off balance. He had more time, but now you can see that's RYUKyu getting that one going. That's going to be an offensive foul. Good defense by the former Nagoya Diamond Dolphins player. That's Ito. Oh yeah, you can see with the right arm. Okay, so that's a good call. Well, not the kind of play you want to see from Ikaruga. That's Ito. Was signed by this team to be a backup point guard to Kishimoto. 3 solid years now. One season in the conference finals. The Nagoya Diamond Dolphins lost to the eventual champions, the Hiroshima Dragonflies, so you could have seen Ito play against his current team. Mid-range, beautifully tucked away by Vic Law. Yo-Chan, who do you think will win the EuroLeague? I'm not quite sure, to be honest. It's always open. I mean, I commentate the FIBA Basketball Champions League. That's also very open, so it's the beauty of international hoops. Ryujima making 3. The B.LEAGUE three-point champion is on fire. Makoto had 18 points yesterday. Right now he's got 9. Halfway there already. Moore looking for the hesitation. Puts him a floater. That's not one more. Foul's been called against Gavin Edwards.
Second personal, team's 5th.
Well, Vic Law, it's just the length he has, because you put a smaller guard against him, he's going to post you up. You put a bigger player against him, he'll take you out to the perimeter. So 2.8 left here in the first quarter. The BREX down by 1. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. Well, Yo-Chan says, I would still go for Madrid. Well, they have just signed Bruno Fernando, so that could probably boost their chances to win the championship, which they did lose to Panathinaikos last season. Well, Coach Carnell having to take over, of course, due to the absence. And our thoughts and prayers do go to Kevin Braswell, and hopefully he has a smooth recovery. Final 2.8 left. BREX down by 3. We're trying to get him bound. Finds Takeuchi. Takeuchi throws up a prayer, and that's not going to go. And that's the end of the first quarter, in which the RYUKYU Golden Kings, who did lose this game yesterday, indeed, leading by 3 points. Well, we're going to take a break. It's halftime. We'll return in just under 2 minutes. Yo-Chan, I'm impressed, Yo-Chan, how much European hoops you follow. Yes, Hulon got eliminated by a team from Turkey called Pepkinspor in the play-ins. Next week, we'll start the round of 16. It's all live on Courtside 1891 for free. Unfortunately, you'll have to listen to me commentate. But we'll be back as we come back for the second quarter. Now we return here. Here's some highlights from the first quarter. Great stop by the RYUKYU Golden Kings. The 1-2 punch between Ryuichi Kishimoto and Jack Cooley. He's at the pick and roll with Vic Law, then the dump down to Cooley. Well, the thing yesterday was Golden Kings had 3 players in double figures. BREX had 4. Golden Kings, they had 7 3-pointers, while BREX had 18. He's got Shogo Taeda to the right. And Hayato Makin to the left. So those two players, no doubt, we're going to see them at some point tonight. 11 points already for Jack Cooley. Well, hello and welcome. We're live here at the Okinawa Arena. This is Japanese B.LEAGUE Basketball. RYUKYU Golden Kings hosting the Chiba Jets. I know we have international fans from all over the world, so please let us know which country you're watching from, which team you're supporting. We also have a lot of fans watching from Taipei, so 很高兴认识你，我不会说中文，我的中文不非常好。你好吗？我的朋友 Taipei. Well, an offensive foul is going to be called against Kiva Luma. An illegal screen. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, no, it's not on Luma. Sorry, my apologies. That's on Shoto Nadera, excuse me. Second personal. And I'd say he's a very, very lucky man because he threw an elbow. So there you can see Naoto Arakawa check into the game. Well, BREX still control this one. My apologies, I believe I did say Chiba Jets. I meant to say UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Of course, all three teams near the top of the B-League. The Jets started the season on fire. Their opening games against the BREX at home at the Lala Tokyo Bay Arena. This game went to overtime. Actually, DJ Newbill hit that three-pointer. Watanabe, joining from the NBA, got injured. Just keep a little mid-range. Buries that one. Now extending it to a 5-point ball game. First week game, watching from Kenya. Welcome, brother. Welcome, my friend. And Morris Ho from Taipei, a fan of the Taipei City New Kings. She made 3 threes yesterday. Look at this one. The Kings get the loose ball. I see we have some fans from Korea, so 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다. A great job by Atsuhito. Because he had his struggles yesterday, but the thing I like about Atsuhito, he has a very Steve Nash way to his game. He likes to use ball screens, and he uses one, he'll go and use another one. So great backup point guard here for Daokatani. And missed the first free throw. Welcome to Dean, watching from Illinois in the USA. Welcome, brother. No doubt probably a big Detroit Pistons fan, right? Well, I see that we have a lot more Korean fans in the building. So, 내 이름은 Josh Bett. 나는 농구 선수. 잘 지냈어요. 감사합니다. Now DJ Newbill. Being heavily defended by Vic Law. BREX down by 6 points. Let's pick a pocket with Takeuchi. Yeah, traveling violation. Let's get recovery defense by Kiva Luma. Well, Luma's got to come out and defend the screen right here. Here's the recovery. Just gets back in time there to pick up Takeuchi to event any wide open layups. Well, Coach Carnell, at the moment, very pleased with how his team played yesterday, but knowing at this stage, the team playing for Kevin Braswell, hoping that he's okay in his return. Yo, Chad. 谢谢你，我的朋友。So now down the middle. Kicks out. Finds Arakawa. 7-0 shot clock for the Golden Kings. Luma fakes a pass. So far, the three, it's up. Well, double dribble diaries, that's very evident of many international leagues. You always got to buy into the momentum of the game. We've got to buy Atsuhito. Foul's going to be called on the ground.
Kings ball, first personal, teams second.
Baseline ball to the BREX. Quiet start to drive Jarrett compared to how he was yesterday. Remember, 20 points in that first half. Into another three. This one's up. Not going to fall. Aluma secures a rebound. So finds Aluma. Goes in. Showtime. RYUKYU Kings basketball. Something we didn't see yesterday. It's just like the BREX were a bit better converting turnovers and missed shots into fast break points. Biggest lead of this weekend here for the Golden Kings. Jarrett misses another three-pointer. So we have two very good teams that we're going to see, no doubt, in the postseason. Who knows? Maybe gets that final. Acrobatic fadeaway from Arakawa. I don't think we needed that one. Topics. Do I commentate NBL? No, I've never commentated. They don't necessarily need more English commentators. They have a great commentary team in the Australian NBL. Takashima, right now, a bit of a barren spell for these two teams. The Kings a chance to go by double figures. Little baseline. Kicks out. Arakawa, wide open. Three is up. And it's good. 11-point lead currently to the Golden Kings. UTSUNOMIYA and BREX call timeout. They need to talk it over with 6:34 to go here in the first half. 11-point lead to the hosts. Well, it's a rematch of the 2022 B.LEAGUE Finals. The BREX won that one. They won yesterday. And at the moment, the Kings responding with a bang. We'll return from this timeout in just under 60 seconds. Timeout here just to calm down the nerves of the players. I've just seen the question right now. So BREX lives and dies by the three. I see from Sierra, SSJ2 now. You could argue that for both teams. I mean, BREX, they did have 18 threes yesterday, but I think at the moment what we've seen is we've got two of the best in the West versus the best in the East. Very close in the first quarter. It's very evident of yesterday's game. Both teams live and die. I get one live and die, but they go by the momentum. Have had not so many turnovers, but a lot of missed shots, of which Golden Kings, in my mind, have done a better job of converting into fast break points. But, you know, what you said is also a good point as well. You could argue both teams, they do like to go for heavy volume three-point shooting. Let's hear Iwaki well had a C-lock. Didn't see that Jack Cooley was wide open. Kishimoto penetrates, unable to get it.
Kings Arakawa, first personal, team's third.
Well, the foul is called against Arakawa. Intelligent play here by DJ Newbill. Now, what he's looking for is to try and get the and one. No, that should be an and one. Definitely with hands on his back, no doubt about it. Newbill made his last three. Almost got it, but he was under a lot of pressure. This is going to come the Golden Kings. Foul's going to be called. This one's against Yuskando. So both teams just trying to break each other down defensively. Kishimoto is one of those players, if you're defending him, it's going to be a long night for you because you have to chase him. He's just that explosively quick. Luma defended. Again, and his face, but he has no problem with the three-pointer. And it's a different RYUKYU Golden Kings team. By the time the 18 three-pointers were made from the BREX, Kings had only had 5. They didn't hit 2 that were consolation threes at the end of yesterday's game. People down the middle. Jarrett 0 for 2 at the moment. Now make it 0 for 3. Gavin Edwards offensive rebound, but a foul had been called. It's going to be the 4th team foul against the RYUKYU Golden Kings. Rubio will inbound this one. Finds Endo. There's the alley-oop. Oh, baby! Jarrett went with the connection. Well, 20 points in the first half yesterday. That's only his 4th points. But my goodness gracious. For Curl. A little bit of a Spanish pick-and-roll sequence. Newbill setting the back pick for Jarrett. And that's excellent execution by the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. A timeout's going to be called. Diakitani wants to talk it over with his players. Return the play with just under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Kishimoto penetrates, goes in, no foul called. Still a 9-point lead though to the Golden Kings. The BREX trying to rally. Wendo made his last three from down the area and he makes another one. And it's now 1, so it's going to be a 4-point play. And not exactly what Diakitani wanted from this timeout. And I still ask the question, why call a timeout when you're leading? Well, good ball reversal. Started with a penetration to kick out and 1 extra pass. And I'm not sure what they're going to do here. I mean, Cooley has hurt himself in the process too. So hopefully both players are okay. Kings have called another timeout, and that's a worrying sign for the Golden Kings. Well, timeout has been called. We'll return when we come back, and after 60 seconds, Okatani worried about something, but I don't know what's happened here. Obviously, Cooley's hurt himself. And I think what Coach Carnell's arguing, and I'd have to agree with him, is that the way Cooley closed out against Endo was reckless. So I wonder. Well, the points haven't been put on the board, so don't. Again, I guess as good as mine at the moment. And there's a look. When Cooley jumps into it, that's dangerous. Well, no, in fairness, okay. I don't think it's as bad as it looks from that angle. So Cooley doesn't really take him out. I take that back. Jack Cooley's not a dirty player at all. So, unfortunately, he's hurt his shoulder in the process. So, hopefully Jack Cooley's all right, because that would be a monumental loss to the Golden Kings. So 3 points are on the board. The foul still stands, so it should be an and-one free throw coming up here for Yusuke Endo, I believe. Four-point play converted, now back down to a 5-point deficit. They're hitting his second three-pointer of the game. Now Big Lord coming up one screen. Nowhere to go at the moment. That's Kirk. Off the bench, Kirk has got to play substantial minutes. Rushes off, goes in. Count it. Going to the free throw line here for the potential three-point play. I'd like to see what happened between him and Kima Luma. Luma went to the ground, so.
And we're messing down. On one side.
Well, that's going to be Kima Luma's second personal foul of the game. BREX battling at the moment, trying to get back in this one before the halftime break. This was the stage yesterday in which the BREX had a substantial lead over the Golden Kings. As Gavin Edwards unable to secure the three-point play. Kings no more fouls to give here for the final 4 minutes. Knocking down the middle. Got it by Newbill. Another three. Goes off the front iron. Well, Biajima's made 3 threes. This man makes a 4th one. But you cannot leave Maki wide open. 12 points tonight from Makoto Hiyajima. Navas is watching the head coach of Akatsuki Japan's national team. No doubt we're going to see Hiyajima at the Asia Cup this summer. From the towers to the sky, but misses the layup. No foul called. 2-point lead. Hiyajima finds Endo. Ryan's looking to take the lead. Possibly tied up. Remember, Golden Kings, no more fouls to give at the moment. 7 on the shot clock. Jared can give them the lead. It's up. That's way off the mark. They had an excellent chance in transition. You got to credit, though, the recovery defense by RYUKYU Golden Kings. Will he be happy with how his team has responded here in the second quarter? They've definitely rallied in the last few minutes. A big war. There's another one. Kirk offensive rebound, bumps, and will go to the free throw line. Well, Alex Kirk joined the B-League when he started with Alvak Tokyo. And as I mentioned, the winner of the B-League this season will represent the B-League at the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia, a competition that used to be known as the FIBA Asia Champions Cup, in which Alex Kirk had won that championship when he played for RYUKYU in 2019. Alex Kirk, another import player that does have a Japanese passport, has represented the Japanese national team. He spent a season playing in the Chinese Basketball Association with the Guangzhou Long Lions. Then he went to the EuroLeague to play for Anadolu Efes. He joined RYUKYU Tokyo 2017, two-time B-League champion. 4-point lead currently to the Golden Kings. Jima's made 4 threes. Finally misses one. We're going to see a lot more three-pointers taken tonight from Ryukyu. Jima's made one. It's wide open, but a little too short. It's going to remain Golden Kings ball with 2:01 on the baseline. Brian Jarrett just trying to battle there with Alex Kirk. Big look. Shimoto's got to find this one up from no man's land. Three-pointer not going to go. More battles for the offensive board. Second shots points could be the difference between these two teams. The Golden Kings ahead by 6 points. Now RYUKyu comes up with it. Goes in, avoids the block, and he gets it at one. Potentially, this is going back to a 9-point lead if he's able to convert this three-point play. The Okinawa home crowd loving the occasion. This arena was one of the host venues of the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Defense, this is what we talk about, converting turnovers into fast break points. Timeouts called by Coach Carnell. We'll be back just under 6 minutes. 1 minute, excuse me. Well, Johnson RYUKyu to put this back to a 9-point deficit. 88 seconds left. A little short on the free throw.
Second person.
been made here. The BREX just trying to battle back here, cutting it down to 6 points. Just got to credit both teams. Oh my lord. A Luma went baseline, and no person on planet Earth was coming out to take a charge. It's only 8 points. Just need to remain composed. Kicks out. Jarrett wide open. 3 is up. Now make it 0 for 5, but another offensive board. Takeuchi goes in. Misses the layup, but the putback is good by Grant Jarrett. Well, John Davis wants the pros and cons of each team. It's a tough one, to be honest. Both of them are number ones in their conferences. I guess. Maybe I would say about the BREX. It's pretty much the same team as last season. Like last season, they had one of the best records in the B-League, but when it came to playoff time, they did get beat by the Chiba Jets in the first round. So I guess you could argue, I mean, post-interior defense, you've got the likes of Isaac Fotu, Grant Jarrett, you've got a veteran player there in Kosuke Takeuchi. Import play, you've got the best in DJ Newbill. I mean, defensively, you have to remember, it's hard to criticize both these two teams because both of them only give up 75 and 74 points per game. So it's very tough to, I guess it's in the postseason. Now, BREX won the championship in 2022 when they had Coach Anzai. Coach Sasanorio, who's now the assistant coach of the Golden Kings, was their coach the following 2 seasons. And then a few change in import players, but they lost Kai Tevz as well, so where I'd say the opposite for the Golden Kings. They're very much an open team, and they play with a lot of chaos, but that worked for them in the playoffs when they went to 2 3-game series in the quarterfinals and semifinals against Alvak Tokyo. It's 2 completely different teams. I would say that the style of basketball from the BREX is more tedious, meticulous, and organized, while Golden Kings, it's a little bit more open. So it's very tough to say the pros and cons because when you're the best in your conference, what is there to criticize, you know? Now Newbill goes in. So then if you want to criticize Golden Kings, it's letting a guard go from one end to the court down the middle. Well, there you have it. Halftime currently. BREX battling back, and DJ Newbill, let's have a look at the replay. Rocky letting him in the lane. I think that's a good no call. Well, fans, halftime, his team battling back at the moment after winning by 20-plus points yesterday. We're going to return in under 20 minutes for the second half. We're live here at the Okinawa Arena. Don't worry, more so. I'm going to have a cup of tea and a cup of coffee.
それでは南高学生連会の皆さんによるエイサーのパフォーマンスを楽しんでください。Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the Acer by 南高丸青年会. Here's the halftime show. 南東馬の青年会の皆さんありがとうございました。会場の皆さん、南東馬の青年会の皆さんにもう一度大きな拍手をお送りください。さあ後半もキングスへの熱い応援よろしくお願いいたします。それではここでリーグのファンの視察をご紹介いたします。リーグトップラーメンソフトラーメン、リーグキャンプカーリソナグループ、リーグプロレスパークユートニアオールです。リーグパーク日本郵便 G ショップ日本製麺、リーグサポーティング団体ソルミュージックエンターテインメント、ゴルフ朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、EY ジャパン、エニマイルフィットネス、アーシャンデザイン、ストライク、TI テス、スポーツベッド、ロックライフ、リーディングサプライヤー、アラストリー、リーディングコミュニケーションパートナー、ラインヤーブー、リーディングスポーツ振興パートナー、スポーツリーダー、以上のリーディングのパートナー各社のご紹介でした。続きまして、リーディングを展開パートナーをご紹介いたします。ご当事者パートナーは、全国で、ユーレット、沖縄ハンドマーク、ロード、JPA、ユーセク、UTP、ボードレース、沖縄タイムズ、琉球新報、STC、沖縄センター、LCセンターの公認、ヒロ UTP、琉球大学セカンド、アメリカンエンジニアリングコーポレーション、JP コーポレーション、当座信用金庫、サンドル、南西、町クリーン、エッカ石油、那覇工場、島袋、エポスター、沖縄ヤマトルー、サンシャイン、オフィシャルパートナーは大東建託、アルマサイエンス、ハイサイティー、西自動車商会、OS 会計、沖縄 JTB、家入第一病院、ユニオン、インフマーク、アルフィースリー、オリオンビー、JA プロサイレン沖縄、メガネ市場、ネットワークシステム、リーンズラボ、ココモ、ナンパ、フレンズ、沖縄グランデールリゾート、沖縄製薬、ボトルコ
Welcome back, basketball fans. The second half is about to get underway here between the RYUKYU Golden Kings and the UTSUNOMIYA BREX, where currently it's a 6-point lead to the Okinawa locals. Well, so far, 3 players currently in double figures here for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. Vic Law being one of them, Jack Cooley and Keeve Aluma at the moment leading the way here for the Okinawa Brave. Well, Alex Kirk also has 8 points, so unlike yesterday, they always have 4 players in double figures. Well, in the case of UTSUNOMIYA BREX, indeed, it's DJ Newbill and Makoto Hiyajima with a combined total of 25 points. Well, the 3-point percentages have always been very good so far here from the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. They've only missed, well, they've made 10 3-pointers already. Remember, they had 18 yesterday. The record for most threes made in a B.LEAGUE game is in 2022 by the Akita Northern Happy Nets. Golden Kings made 33% of their perimeter shots, but today a much better job on the rebounds. Slightly out-rebounding the BREX by 2. Because those 2 stats were significant, which did lead to the 20-point-plus victory for the BREX. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome everybody. This is Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball, the highest level of professional basketball here in the land of the rising sun. These 2 teams in the 3 conferences we have sit at the top of their respective conferences. The Golden Kings, with only 8 defeats, sit top best in the West. While the BREX, ranked number 2 in the B.LEAGUE, just behind San Antonio Phoenix, number 1 in the East. You can see, apart from Alex Kirk, 3 players in double figures now. You can see Jack Cooley just favoring that shoulder. When he went for a closeout block on Yusuke Endo in the first half, tweaked something in his shoulder, so hopefully he's okay. They're going to need him for sure. Kishimoto, Keeve Aluma, Vic Law, 3 of them combined for 33 points. I see again, we still have a lot of great Korean fans in the building. 안녕하세요. 내 이름은 Josh Bed. 나는 농구 선수. 만나서 반갑습니다. 한국어 하실 수 있어요? Well, Yusuke Endo does have the 3-pointers tonight. He was a little bit inconsistent yesterday and at the All-Star weekend, but slightly better today. Chris Grant-Jarrett, who had 20 points at halftime yesterday, only 8 so far, but any player can step up at any given moment. There's your head-to-head between both Grant-Jarrett and Jack Cooley. Cooley already with 11 points. Well, Morris Ho,我的公主跟韩国人在 London. Well, Kaneki on PC, thank you very much. Salamat po. And again, maligayang pagdating. That's how they say it in Tagalog. So welcome to all of our Filipino viewers. Welcome to all of our viewers in the beautiful city of Taipei, as well as Korea and all over the world. Remember, if you are watching this game live on B.LEAGUE International, please let us know in the live YouTube comment which country you're watching from, which team you're supporting, and let us know your name so we can give you a shout out. Unforced turnover to begin the second half here for the BREX. The Kings looking to take full control of this one. There's a penetration, big wall, wide open in the corner, another 3. Moving back into the line, doesn't look like the shoulders causing too much problems. So he gets another round 1, he'll go to the free throw line. I don't know what he did to his shoulder, but he was in a world of pain. It takes a lot to keep Jack Cooley down. Well, Curtis Norton, thank you very much. And I hope you like the New Zealand's greatest starting five. I did. This is a big pop finding Grant Jarrett. 8-point ball game. What's he coming? Someone's wide open. It's DJ Newbill. Jarrett goes in. Oh, bit of contact. Still gets it to go. 10 points tonight for Grant Jarrett, becoming the third BREX player to get into double figures. Really hard to build momentum, and a foul's going to be called against Makoto Hiyajima. That's going to be a second personal foul. But look at his move here. That's bully basketball. Well, it could have been now one. I mean, Law has his hands up, and there's definitely contact for sure. And you do see those given in international basketball. Well, Bobby Soto watching from the USA. Welcome, Bobby. Moto pulls up for three. Pulls up. Buries that one. This man's range is limitless. If you saw in the playoffs last season in Game 1 against Alvak Tokyo. Staying it back to a 9-point ball game. Endo fires another one. Jarrett will fall up, but he doesn't get one. He'll go to the free throw line. See how Korean fans are talking about the KBL. So one of my favorite KBL teams is KCC Isis. And also SK Seoul Knights. Alex Gerg checking back into the game for Jack Cooley after picking up that foul. So Luma at the power forward, Vic Lord the three with both Kishimoto and Matsuaki in the backcourt. Jarrett missing the first free throw. Gotta make these. Jarrett did join UTSUNOMIYA BREX. This is the 22-23 season. Originally from Tuscaloosa, California. Went to the University of Arizona. Because prior to joining the BREX, he was playing in Russia, also Turkey. With the Seahorses Macau back in 2018 after a few years in the Chinese Basketball Association. 8-point ball game. We'll try to go ISO. There was daylight. That's going to be a foul. You saw that one coming because DJ Newbill right in the landing zone of Vic Law. Now watch the replay. You've got to have a bit of separation between you and the shooter. Yeah. Vic Lord joined the B.LEAGUE playing with the Chiba Jets in 2022-23, and after losing to the Golden Kings in the finals, decided to join in the following season. His team did lose Alan Durham, and went back to play in the Philippine Basketball Association, has since returned to the B.LEAGUE. They now lead by 10 points. Yajima now picked up by Alex Cook. Seconds. Second shot. She almost got it, but the kids come up with it. Matsuaki can make it a 13-point ball game. It's maybe too quick of a three-pointer. The BREX counterattack. so. Step back three is up. Nothing falling at the moment. Rex going ice cold from the perimeter. Trying to find other ways to score. They're trying to come back into this one. Nice lob finds Kirk at the bucket. Spins around, and he makes that one. The two-time B.LEAGUE champion with Alvak Tokyo making it now a 12-point deficit. This will be coming. He's playing double figures. Go for top anyway, but again, missing the and one. Fast call on Alex Kirk. Looks very perplexed.
First personal, team's third.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to look at the replay to see what contact was made by Alex Kirk. Let's have a look here. That's a line of contact. Jared a chance to cut it down to a 10-point ball game as he makes both free throws. 6:45 to go here in the third quarter. Ball finds Aluma. They won the first half. Makes another one. And at the moment, the Golden Kings flying with confidence. Perimeter shooting has just been so much better today. 6-3 of the night here for RYUKYU Golden Kings. The BREX had 10 in the first half. They got things going. Hugo gets in, goes and gets rejected. And again, Hyajima blocked. Moore can make it a 16-point ball game. It's the top of the backboard, so it would be an out-of-bounds violation. Well, here's the first block. That's Kivaluma. And then Alex Kirk just says to Hyajima, sayonara. Doesn't even leave the ground. 2 blocks for the price of 1. Newell penetrates, finds Gavin Edwards. Newell closed out by Kirk. 3 is up, 3 is good. 11 3-pointer of the night for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. That's the question, 11 out of 27. Will they break that record set by Akita North Happiness if they get 11 more? Little made his last one. Pump fakes. Now goes for a step back. Again, this man is cooking. 3 triples coming for Kivaluma. 17 points tonight. Staying it back to a 14-point deficit. Gavin Edwards goes for a quick one. They get 12 now for the BREX. Both teams exchanging 3-point field goals. But look how we've had it tonight. It's going to be cool against Takashima. It's going to be the 4th and final team foul against the BREX.
Takashima, second personal. Team's fourth.
Well, Takashima had 3 3-pointers yesterday, even coming in the second half for the BREX. Oh, good defense. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul, surely. And Coach Zico Coronel, I'm agreeing with him. This should be an unsportsmanlike foul. I think he drags him back. How is that not an unsportsmanlike foul? Surely the officials are going to review this one. Yeah, they're going to. Well, I would be surprised if this doesn't get upgraded. Well, here's another look at the replay. Good defense by Isaac Fotu. Right there. Well, the officials have to make a decision at the moment. We'll find out when they come back from this review. Upgrade. So it's going to be 2 free throws to Isaac Fotu. Rex will retain possession. Just had to call that one because number one, it was a turnover. And they tried to commit a quick foul. So Isaac Fotu will go to the free throw line. Man who went to the University of Hawaii, starting pro career in the Australian NBL with the New Zealand Breakers. He spent some time in the Spanish ACB with Zaragoza. Maximum rest on loan, went to Germany, played for Lazio Farm, and 2 good years playing in Italy for Treviso and Monterey Venezia before joining the BREX in 2021 in his debut season, winning the B.LEAGUE championship. Second free throw good. 9-point deficit. BREX will get this one back. His younger brother also plays professional basketball here in Japan. Good call for the screen. Finds Edwards. Edwards again. Fotu hesitates. Puts a 3. Had to take that one. The Kings still lead by 9 points. Matsuwaka looking to go baseline. Again, another turnover. Takashima, good defense. Here comes Ogawa. Ogawa goes in around. This kid right now playing with a lot of maturity. Ogawa came off the bench yesterday for the BREX. He played some very big minutes. Bring it down to 7 points. Under 4 minutes to go. Matsuwaki. That was going to be called against DJ Nubo. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul against UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, Zico Coronel, former New Zealand Breakers coach, who worked many good years in the NBL with the likes of Kevin Braswell, who was a fantastic player back in his day. Oh no, my apologies, it was BREX already in the penalty, so these free throws coming up here for Vic Law. And again, big support from the international basketball community for Kevin Braswell. A swift recovery. Fingers crossed for Coach Braswell and his family. Both free throws made by Law. Back to a 9-point ball game. 3:46 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Triple change coming in for the Golden Kings. So along with the likes of Masahiro Waki and Shota Onodera back in the lineup. Now looking for a penetration. Now goes to Nubo. Spanish pick and roll sequence set for Isaac Fotu. Fotu's got a mismatch. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul. So they set this, what we call the Spanish pick and roll. It's a stack screen. So when you have the original bull screen, which is set by Isaac Fotu, then a back screen gets set for him to try and free him up in the paint. In this case, Golden Kings had to switch, and that's why he had the mismatch defended by Shota Onodera. And that's his 3rd personal foul. Well, he can argue all he wants, but you're not going to win a post battle for position matchup against Isaac Fotu. I can tell you that right now. Not a team with any fouls to give. She was wide open. That time it's going to be a 3-second violation. Well, the BREX just took too long, excuse me. Well, they called a foul there. Oh, wow. It's a tough one. That's all I can say. Derek coming off a double screen. Another ball pick here with Kivaluma. Now Ito. Down the middle. Fadeaway. Yeah, sweet move by Ito. He struggles yesterday, the former Nagoya Diamond Dolphins point guard, but now he's delivering. Takashima should have gone out with that one. Bouncer is up, no good. We can get disaster at the moment here for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. So comes up, Aluma's made 3 threes. Make it 4. This guy is cooking. He is unconscious. 14-point lead currently to the Golden Kings. 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Let's go Zico Coronel calling timeout for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. It's a 14-point lead currently here with just under 2.5 to go in the third quarter. The BREX need to get this into single digits going into the final 10. Being heavily defended by Masahiro Waki. It's setting a ghost screen. Eagle is a 3. Not going to go. Yajima with 4 threes. Nothing here in the second half. Foul set by Makoto Hiyajima. Didn't elbow, made contact. That's his 3rd personal foul. So, question is, does Coach Coronel take him out of the game? That's going to be the bigger question. Kivaluma missing the first free throw. There's the former UTSUNOMIYA BREX coach, Sasanorio, was the assistant under Ryo Anzai when they won the B.LEAGUE championship in 2022. Was the head coach 2 years in a row for the BREX. Second free throw good. Biggest lead of the game at the moment here for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. Big ball comes in for the final 155. Jared 0 for 5. Now make it 0 for 6. Foul has been called, so that's going to be 2 free throws coming up for UTSUNOMIYA. Well, pushing the back had been called, but was it on Laura or was it on, I think it's on Alex Kirk. There's a 3-pointer. Third personal foul for Alex Kirk. As Isaac Fotu currently at the free throw line. He cut it down to 13 points. Both free throws made by Fotu. 2-point deficit. Teams want to build. Rex need to get stops. Ball takes deflection. It's not going to be a backcourt violation, though. 5 here on the shot clock. Ito's got to go quick. Turns it over. Then he comes up with it. Finds ground, Jarrett. Step onto his left, but Yajima now back to Jarrett. Goes quickly. Again, under pressure. Former NBA player Yuta Tabuse, the first ever Japanese-born player in the NBA, watches off on the bench. Comes up with it. Again, good defense, and he had to work for that one. Productive game, Alex Kirk, joining the Golden Kings last season from Alvak, Tokyo. Yajima, no foul call. There's no foul call. You gotta give him warning or something for dissent. Luma's made 4 threes. Just pulled out, but the BREX unable to secure the rebound. I think the referees, in that case, felt Yajima was looking for that one, but he goes to the ground like that and you assume he's looking for it. You got to give him a technical foul, I guess. So it's got to be one or the other. Here's a three-pointer by Kiva Luma. Just came off the hand of Makoto Hiyajima. Richie Kishimoto subbing back into the game for the Golden Kings along with Yoshiki Matsuaki. Close this game out. 7 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Now Law. Out by Fotu. Goes in. No foul called. BREX have a bit of time. Jarrett had time yesterday. It's the second time they've gone for a tough shot in the final seconds, and there's a little bit more time than expected. As now we head into the final 10 minutes of the fourth quarter. When it's the Golden Kings leading by 13, trying to avenge yesterday's defeat. We'll be back in just under 2 minutes. Highlights here from the third quarter. Tito Ogawa, the young fella playing for the BREX. A very hot prospect for the future. Well, hello and welcome. If you are just joining us, this is Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball. The highest level of pro basketball here in Japan. 2 teams, top of the East and the Western conferences. These Two teams now meeting for the second time in 24 hours. Yesterday, the BREX came here and simply dominated with 18 three-pointers. Well, today the three-point percentage has been very good. The 12 out of 35. They do find themselves down by 14. Three-point line they do with inside the key, so that's something that's going to change here in the fourth quarter. Kings with first possession, good defense by Hyojima. Comes up with it, quick three. That's how his game is gone. Boy, he had to take that one. This is Brandon Buddy. He hit his four first three-pointers in a row, but he's got to collectively defend together. Kishimoto penetrates. It's a little teardrop, and the bank is open as that one rattles his way in. 15-point lead for the Okinawa native. Orlando draws a foul. Now it's going to be 3 free throws coming up here for UTSUNOMIYA. Foul is on Ryukyu Kishimoto. Intelligent play by UTSUNOMIYA because he didn't quite have control of it. He puts himself in the process of shooting, which sends him to the charity stripe as Jack Cooley subs back into the game. Well, UTSUNOMIYA originally from Chiba in the prefecture of Funabashi. This was a part of this BREX team that did lose to the Chiba Jets in the 2021 final. They did avenge them in the semifinals the following year. So he's the outstanding ambassador for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Played for them ever since they were known as Tojiki BREX. He's been with this team for well over a decade. Cutting it down a 12-point ball game. The traveling fans made the journey from Utsunomiya all the way to Tokyo Narita Airport, and then a 2-hour flight to the south coast here on the island of Okinawa. Goes in, draws a foul on the ground. It's going to be, again, I think against Grant Jarrett, I believe. That's a poor foul to pick up because Waki wasn't going. Well, is that on Gavin Edwards or is that on? I think that's on Gavin Edwards, excuse me. And that's his 4th personal foul. So he's got to be careful. 12-point lead currently to the Golden Kings. Kishimoto hesitates. Around the defense. The follow-up by Vic Law, no good. Foul has been committed. And that foul's on the ground. 2nd team foul against RYUKYU Golden Kings. It's on Masahiro Waki. Well, head coach is challenged by Zico Corona because he thinks that was not an intent to play the ball and should be an unsportsmanlike. So the referees will go to the monitor. If you're used to watching the NBA, an unsportsmanlike foul is similar to a flagrant 1. So let's wait to find out what the officials have to say.
判定の結果、ノーマルファウルです。ノーマルファウル。
So no upgrade needed. It's going to stay as a regular foul. Remember, second team foul for the Golden Kings. BREX have only committed one. 8:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. As we head closer to the playoffs this season here in the 24-25 B-League regular season, if this was to be the finals, another rematch, it would be a very exciting matchup. Endo finds Grant Jarrett. Oh, wow. Well, my first thought was traveling violation unless we have a look at the replay. Watch Cooley hit. Here's Grant Jarrett. Well, does Cooley make contact from behind? Very tough to see from that angle. So Jack Cooley, like his rival Gavin Edwards, both have 4 fouls each. Can we see a better unless, is there a trip of the foot? That's what I need to know. So Jarrett a chance to make this a 10-point deficit. I think from the replay. That's interesting. New book. Now looking for an ISO. Got it by Matsuwaki. Gets around him. Well, hits the front rim. Remember, once it hits the front rim, it's good. So that's not a goaltending. As soon as the ball touches the rim, it's fair game. So good defense by Kivaluma. The speed of Kishimoto. No foul called again. BREX have got to try to get something quick in transition. Endo finds Newville. BREX looking a little bit fatigued at the moment. Good seal off by Edwards. Goes in. Much better play. It's now a 10-point ball game. Final run coming from the BREX. Kicks out, finds Alumma. Now Vic Ward, time, space, pump fakes. Pulls up against his former teammate, doesn't get it. That's excellent rotation defense by the BREX. Lugo. Finds Iajima. 5-3. Just can't get it. He's gone stone cold here in the second half. Called against Yusuke Endo. I wasn't sure if it was on Endo, if they're going to call that on DJ Newbill, but sideline ball coming up. Problem for the BREX. Not many players are going to be able to keep up with the speed of Ryuchi Kishimoto. It's only the second personal foul for Yusuke Endo. Masahiro Waki subbing back into the game. Cal also into the game here for the Golden Kings. Number Courtney double team. Just turns it over. Gets this one back. Oh, Waki wide open. Inside the backcourt, 24-second violation. And for the second consecutive offense, becomes a turnover for RYUKYU Golden Kings. Operation hold on to his 10-point lead. Some pass finding DJ Newbill. Tax avoids the block, but again, misses everything. And the BREX don't look like they can score at the moment. Going through in the corner, buries that one. It's back to a 13-point ball game. Vic just laying down the law at the moment. Nakashima in the corner, big response. 13th three-pointer of the game for the BREX. It's his first of the evening. Does that just keep him in the game? Being defended by DJ Newbill. Good defense by Newbill. Goes in. Can't get it. Endo comes up with a loose ball. Nobody running with him, though. Kings do have one foul to give. Jarrett baseline. Bumps, goes in, throws it down. And a 5-0 run cuts it down to an 8-point deficit. A timeout's going to be called by Daio Katani. As we have just over halfway to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. Well, welcome back. We're live here at the Okinawa Arena for this regular season game, as Tail Picks has just asked on YouTube. B-League, well, the formation of the B-League stands for in Japan, there were two leagues. There was the Basketball Japan League, and then there was the JBL. By 2016, both leagues combined together to form the B-League. So we're live here at the Okinawa Arena, a rematch of the 2022 B-League Finals, where we have our hosts, RYUKYU Golden Kings, leading by 8 points against UTSUNOMIYA BREX. So each team is allowed 3 import players, along with a 4th import player that's either a naturalized Japanese player from an East Asian country. So we see a lot of players coming from Korea, the Philippines. Another 3. This guy's becoming Mr. Reliable. 6th three-pointer for Kiva Lumba. A truly incredible performance from Alumba, the former Niigata Albirex player. He's cooking right now. That's the only thing I can say about Kiva Lumba. 24 points. That's actually his 5th three-pointer. 5 out of 9 from the perimeter tonight. Big-time shot by a big-time player. Luma, as mentioned, 5 out of 9 for the perimeter. Went to Wofford, then finished at Virginia Tech. Started his pro career when he got to BREX and played 1 season in the Korean Basketball League with Hyundai. Because the KBL is one of the toughest leagues to play in. Yajima, LeBron Jarrett. Jump pass finds Newbill. Final seconds. Newbill crosses over. Off the dribble, just can't get it. 11-point lead. Can the Golden Kings just see this one out for the final few minutes? Well, it's going to be a constant turnover, so every time they do this, they just give the BREX a bit more belief. But this is where UTSUNOMIYA, they've got to take advantage. Well, tell picks, I'm definitely no Kevin Harlan, that's for sure. I'm one out of 3 English-speaking commentators for this league. We have Jeff Taylor, and we also have Anthony Suntai from the Philippines. But thank you very much for your kind words. They do. The games are broadcast in English outside Japan. Every other game in Japan is broadcast in Japanese. Shima, quick 3. And that's going to go back to the Golden Kings. Well, it's fair to say, if you watched this game yesterday, UTSUNOMIYA, roles were reversed. At this point, they were up by 20 points. And the Golden Kings, they responded as they should have done. A team that's #1 in the Western Conference. Matsuwaki from no man's land. Gets the offensive rebounds. On the ground against Takashima, so possession will go back. It's a poor foul to give away because there was 7 left on the shot clock. That's his 3rd personal foul. Defended by Grant Jarrett. Now goes to Kishimoto. He's at supersonic speed. Luma, 6 it's up, no good. Well, BREX have got to make a comeback. It's got to be now. Every possession's got to count. Trying to find Hiyajima. Looks for another 3 and gets that one to roll in. To an 8-point deficit. 3 minutes to go. Can the Golden Kings hold on? Can the BREX come back? Got 2 fouls, or 1 foul to give, I should say. So Luma goes for another 3. UTSUNOMIYA a feeling of hope. Finds Hiyajima. Nowhere to go. Soft pass to Grant Jarrett. Now Newbill. He's got to make something happen. Behind the back, no foul called. It's a poor offense from UTSUNOMIYA. It started with that kick-out pass by Hiyajima that was out of control. And if it's one thing you got to credit these 2 teams on, statistically, they only give away 75 and 74 points per game. They're up against each other, so you'd expect them to score more, but right now, RYUKYU Golden Kings showing that championship DNA defense. As did UTSUNOMIYA yesterday. Number 6, you bet he can get it. Well, did somebody say his 3-point percentage was low in the KBL last season with Hyundai? 27 points to Kiva Luma. Incredible tonight. Now here's the good thing for the BREX though. This to a low score. They'll for sure win the head-to-head. His points difference matters. Now imagine these 2 teams are tied on the same record by the end of the season. This is going to be the 6th defeat for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, turn it over. No foul called. Udo comes up with it. Foul, got to make it. They'll go back to the free throw line. 1:37 to go, down by 10. Now going back to what I was saying. Unlike the NBA and the NCAA, of course, let's say hypothetically, as we head into the playoffs, both the BREX and the Golden Kings have the exact same record. What you do then is, to find out who gets a home court advantage, is who wins the advantage. So BREX winning by plus 20 yesterday. Let's say they lose today by 10, 15. They'll win the advantage because they've won by more points than they lost by. So one thing the BREX have got to just keep on doing is fight to the end. Eagle makes the first free throw. Oh, he's a great coach. Again, he's worked with the best. And hopefully, a smooth recovery for Kevin Braswell. Zico Coronel doing a magnificent job with this team. I want to enjoy the sunshine and the beauties of Okinawa Island. This is the second one. Gavin Edwards unable to secure the rebound. Oh, Yo Chen, I got to see, you're asking about how Hiroshima Dragonflies won the playoffs. I got to see them at the BCL Asia. I was with them live in Dubai. You have to remember, first of all, Kyle Milling, one of the best coaches you're going to find in Japan. They're import players. You got Dwayne Evans. You've got the likes, I can't remember his name off by heart, Kerry Blackshear Jr. Also, there were some very good Japanese wrestling players on that team as well. I think what happened was, my guess is the Golden Kings really had to fight their way to get to the finals last season. They went to a 3-game series against Alvac Tokyo. They lost game 1 in the semifinals by plus 30 points against the Chiba Jets. They won games 2 and 3. By the time they got to the finals, you have to remember, that was the 3rd consecutive season the Golden Kings made it to the postseason. And they also played in the East Asia Super League. If you remember in game 1, they were dominating up until the 4th quarter. Even though they won, Hiroshima put up a fight. And I remember saying with Anthony Sinta on the commentary, we're going to see a different game too. That's exactly what happened. Now, 9-point ball game. Rubo penetrates. Goes in. Doesn't get the ab one, but he'll go to the free throw line yet again. Well, Yo Chan, that was my guess going into the series, but something in that 4th quarter. And I remember speaking to Kyle Milling about this. And he said to me, our players were so excited to get to the finals, but they were so nervous because none of them had played there. But then at halftime, they managed to regroup and, be a little bit more calm and collected. In the 4th quarter, they had to come back down from 20 points. They almost came back and took it into OT. And I just remember in my head thinking, this is going to go to 3 games. And you could see in games 2 and 3, it was almost like the RYUKYU Golden Kings. They were so fatigued. They were so tired, and who could blame them? A long, grueling season in the B-League, also in the EASL, also in the playoffs. Well, back to this game. 109, 7-point deficit. No fouls to give. This is the full-court pressure coming from the Golden Kings, from the BREX. Foul here. Don't want to send him to the free throw line. There's 10 seconds. No need to foul. Why? He's doing that foul on purpose, or tough one. It's a foul, no arguments. But why do it? That's the question. Because you just send a very good free throw shooter to the charity stripe. Kishimoto making the first free throw for the Golden Kings. The hometown hero representing his team. 34 years of age, Richie Kishimoto joined the Golden Kings in 2013 after playing at Daito Bunka University. Second one miss. 8-point ball game. BREX have got to go quickly. Edwards in the corner, three is up. It's not going to go. That might just do it. Big ball comes up, finds Kiba Lumba. 29 points for Lumba. 33.6 seconds left. The timeout's going to be called by Zico Coronel. And a big response from the RYUKYU Golden Kings. A terrific game has been by them, but more importantly, leadership by this man. UTSUNOMIYA, as soon as they've got it, young players watching. When your coach shouts at you to run the break, well, if you want to be a pro, that's exactly why. Final 33.6. The positive note here for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX is that they're no doubt going to win the head-to-head tonight here against the RYUKYU Golden Kings. They'll still have a better record and still be ranked as the second best team in the B-League, right behind San Antonio Phoenix. 5-second violation. I think the emotional, mental, and physical fatigue has definitely settled in. Joining us yesterday, for today, yesterday when these two teams met, the BREX were completely dominant. It just hasn't gone their way today. Response there by Yusuke Endo, that cuts it down to 7. This game well dead and buried in the water. I think it's going to be a very exciting end to the regular season as these two teams head to the playoffs. A bit of a slow start for the Golden Kings. Foul's going to be called. So will be 2 free throws coming up to RYUKYU Golden Kings. Yes, so 31 points tonight for Kiva Lumba. 25.5 seconds left in the game. Terrific performance. More importantly, a big response from yesterday's defeat. No, here's a timeout, yep. Where's the sub? I can't quite tell. I am commentating this game from London, England. And again, fans, thank you for joining us here live on the YouTube chat. Let us know in the live YouTube comment where you're watching this game in the world and which team do you think will be the 2025 B-League champions. Let us know in the live comment bank. We'll be back as we return from this timeout. Chill Bill says Alvok Tokyo. 66 question mark says the Kings got this one. Love everything. Still a 9-point ball game. Hiyajima hit that three-pointer. Loma with the rebounds. BREX happy to see this one be dribbled out. Oh no. Zendo just trying to put on a little bit more pressure. Well, Chilbo, I would agree. Alvok Tokyo, very good team, but they met the Golden Kings in the first round of the playoffs last season. And it was that man who broke their hearts, hitting that three-pointer. Deep three-pointer in double overtime that won them the game. Because the absence of Alan Durham, now the signing of Kiva Luma, has boosted this team's chances of getting back to a fourth consecutive final. In the San Antonio Phoenix. Susanna Magic as well. A lot of good teams that can fit in there. Well, fans, we thank you for joining us here at the Okinawa Arena. B.LEAGUE International, a big win tonight for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. UTSUNOMIYA BREX, after emphatically winning yesterday, pick up the 6th defeat of the season. We could very well be looking at the 2025 B.LEAGUE Finals, which would indeed be a rematch from 3 seasons ago. Game here in Okinawa-shi at the Okinawa Arena. Remember, this arena did host the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Magnificent arena here in Japan. Well, Hiyajima hit his first 4 three-pointers in a row, but then it became stone cold from downtown. I can't say they had a bad three-point shooting night. They did hit 12 three-pointers. It just wasn't meant to be tonight. So, happy Chinese New Year to you as well. I'll be celebrating with my Vietnamese wife. And thank you, Telpix. Thank you for joining us as well. We are going to hear from the game's MVP. We'll also hear from the captain of the Golden Kings, as well as head coach Dayakutani. We will have that translated into English. It's now the traditional post-game. The home team standing in front and paying homage to the home crowd. '66 question mark. Thank you very much as well for your kind comments. Now we will hear from players and coaches. The Golden Kings next game will be hosting Osaka Vesa. And the next game for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX will be a rematch as they take on the rivals Chiba Jets. Kiva Luma, no doubt winning the game's most valuable player award tonight here. 31 points. Terrific performance. Well, momentarily, we are going to hear from everybody. And as mentioned, we will get it commentated. Chus Coronel, de nada. ¿Hablas español? No sé. ¿No quieres saber que tú eres la esposa de Zico?
ます。
こんばんは。Thank you for all coming out to support us again. It was a tough loss yesterday, but we were able to bounce back. It was a team win, and thank you all for coming out.
皆さん本日は本当にまたたくさんの方がサポートしてくれました。ありがとうございました。本当に今回もこうやってですね、方々は本当に良かったと思います。これチームウィンで皆さんのおかげでもあります。また今後ともサポートお願いします。はい、有馬選手ありがとうございました。見事 MVP に輝いた有馬選手に大きな拍手をお願いいたします。続きまして、小谷ヘッドコーチ、よろしくお願いいたします。
皆さんこんばんは。今日もありがとうございました。本当にケベも言ってたんですけど、やっぱり昨日僕たち的には大敗してしまって、その次のゲームで、本当これだけチームがインテンシティ高くバスケットしてくれたんで、点数こそねお互い打ち合いのゲームになってしまったんですけど、それでもチーム一丸になって戦えた、インテンシティ持って戦えたというところが、自分たちの成長につながるかなというふうに思っています。本当ね、タフなスケールの中でこれからまた、強いチームとバンバン試合があります。また水曜日も大阪あるんで、これからもぜひ応援してください。今日はありがとうございました。
こんばんは。Thank you guys for coming out again. I'm happy we bounced back from yesterday. This is a big win, and hopefully we can keep it going for you guys. Thank you.
今日も本当たくさんのサポートありがとうございました。本当に今日はタフな試合もありましたけれども、今日は本当にいい方で良かったと思います。皆さんのおかげだと思いますので、今後ともサポートをお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。ゴー選手ありがとうございました。さあ皆さん本日も素晴らしいプレーを見せてくれましたキングスに今一度大きな拍手をお願いいたします。改めまして本日の試合は97対88で見事キングスが勝利いたしました。
They heard from coaches and players talking about the performance today. A big, big win for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. As they needed this victory so badly. They want to go 0-2. What this win does mean for them is that it just puts on a little bit more pressure against the other teams in the playoffs, because the only teams above them indeed are UTSUNOMIYA, BREX in second. And of course, as mentioned, San Diego Phoenix. So it's going to be an exciting finish to the regular season as we head into the postseason. As we draw closer and closer, it makes you wonder who is going to win the 2025 B.LEAGUE Championship. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key highlights here from this game and what a terrific performance it was. No doubt. Maybe it was going to go right down to the wire between these two teams. Well, more so, bye-bye. But everybody had to play their part tonight. many three-pointers. Got it going here for the likes of Makoto Hiyojima. They had 10 at halftime. You kind of felt that here we go again. This team was going to make it rain. They were going to cause all these problems, but it just wasn't meant to be. It's going to be exciting, of course, to see how this one goes. I think the emotions may have got the best of him in the second half because it just didn't quite seem like he was right there all the time. So here again was DJ Newbill. Maybe the cold three-point shooting in the second half, you could argue that not enough points in the paint really did hurt the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Kivaluma, since leaving the Korean Basketball League and returning to Japan, he was unconscious today. It started off well for Kivaluma, and it just got better and better. Time doesn't want to separate these two teams. Kishimoto hitting a deep three-pointer. Transition today from Atsuyo Ogawa going the length of the floor, but it didn't play as much as he did yesterday. And again, another young player, a lot of promise for this team. There's a penetration by Tetsuya Ito. Former Nagoya Diamond Dolphins point guard now back up to Kishimoto. A winless three-point shooting. My goodness gracious. This man was on fire today. Well, you got to think where next for these two teams. Very excited matchups coming up, to say the least. In the case of the Golden Kings, they'll be hosting Osaka Avesa, a team looking to get back to the B.LEAGUE playoffs for the first time since 2021. While UTSUNOMIYA BREX will be hosting the Chiba Jets, a team that lost to in their opening two games of the regular season. So very exciting times ahead indeed for these two teams. Finish the regular season as strong as possible as we head into the postseason. Well, there are your stats from the game. BREX had 4 3-pointers in the second half after hitting 10 in the first, and 11 big triples coming from the Golden Kings. 6 of those from Kivaluma. But it just wasn't enough in the end, to say the least. Well, the rebounding count much better today from the RYUKYU Golden Kings, something they were dominated by from the UTSUNOMIYA BREX. But they took care of that stat, they took care of business, and they took the victory in the bag. There's no arguments about that. Well, the leaders today, Kivaluma, 31 points. DJ Newbill, as always, leading the way here for UTSUNOMIYA BREX at 19. Nick Law, again, a terrific performance, a double-double, and almost had a triple-double if he had 3 more assists. Just wasn't quite able to get to that margin. Again, collectively, the Golden Kings, a much stronger team today than we saw yesterday. Well, today they had 4 players in double figures. They almost had, indeed, 5. just wasn't meant to be, but they'll take the win, no doubt. Kishimoto 2 points away from becoming that 5th player in double figures. But a win is a win nonetheless. Well, the rebound count definitely did go into factor tonight, the victory for the RYUKYU Golden Kings. But I would say the better 3-point shooting is what propelled the RYUKYU Golden Kings for that win ultimately. Because there you have 5 players: Gavin Edwards, Makoto Hiyajima, Yusuke Endo, Rod Jarrett, and DJ Nuba, all in double figures. I think the problem they had today, Kiva Lumba. Lumba was too dominant, too big, too strong, just simply too good. And that just set the victory in tail for the 2023 champions. And who knows, maybe we are indeed looking at a rematch of the 2022 B.LEAGUE Finals. Who's to say we don't see these two teams again? Because if we do, it would be very exciting to say the least. Well, neither Grant Jarrett or Jack Cooley finished with a double-double, but both of them played their part tonight. Jack Cooley did go down with a bit of a shoulder injury when he picked up that foul when he committed Yusuke Endo on a 4-point play, but it looks like he turned out to be okay in the end. Well, again, what a terrific game it was as we look forward to next weekend's big matchups. Golden Kings will be hosting Osaka Vesa. UTSUNOMIYA BREX, indeed, will be taking on the Chiba Jets at home. And that's all live here on B.LEAGUE International. While Kita Northern Happy Nets will host Lavenga Hokkaido, Ibaraki Robots will face Sendai 89ers. Koshigaya Alphas will take on Guma Crane Thunders, while Shibuya will take on Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Yokohama B Corsairs in a close matchup against Kawasaki Brave Thunders. San Antonio Phoenix, the B-League's #1, will take on Fighting Eagles Nagoya. While Seahorses Mikawa will host Alvak Tokyo. Shiga Lakes against Nagasaki Velka. Shimane Suzano Magic will take on the defending champions, Hiroshima Dragonflies. Well, basketball fans, unfortunately, it's that time of day where we have to say goodbye to you. We thank you for joining us here at the Okinawa Arena. But for now, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless. This is the Japanese B-League, live here on B.LEAGUE International.